gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to a special day that so many of you have been requesting over the years. I cannot believe that it has taken me this long to review a second gen, or even debut, really, fully a second gen on my channel. But today we have a very special truck that I'm going to be reviewing. It is my good friend Jeff's. He also happens to be the owner of A&T Chevrolet and Subaru here in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. So if you guys are in the market for a truck, obviously hit him up. I'm gonna put the information in the description below. Great friend of mine, also spend a lot of time with Jeff outside of all the other great truck things that we often do. In this video, with his fully restored second gen single cab dually long bed 12 valve P-pumped Cummins is so unbelievably long overdue, and the best part about all of it is it's a 5-speed. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing a video about it today. Now, before we jump any further, I just wanted to kick off this insane news. Yes, you guys might think I'm crazy, and I might just have a few screws loose, but my OBZ, the OBS LBZ Duramax swap 95 Ford, is now up for grabs as Dream Diesel giveaway number 34. You might think I'm insane for this, but truthfully, I wanted to give away something that nobody else could give away in the entire industry, and that's why it took me 2 years to build the truck to the condition that it's in for you to have a chance to take it home. So click that link below, grab some entries, and I wish you the absolute best of luck. Now, let's get into this truck right here. So Jeff and I were finally able to make our very busy schedules align for the showcase of this 1995 12 valve P-pumped Cummins that is an NV4500. It is a good old 5-speed, and I'm so excited to get to the point of this video where I can go for a drive. Now, before we go any further, I just wanted to apologize for Mother Nature. She was a little uncooperative. She gave me the sun, she gave me the blue skies, but she gave us a little bit of wind. And as you guys know, I've been filming my vlogs lately on iPhone because truthfully, they're just so much better than cameras, and they're way more convenient because the battery's better and it fits in your pocket. Anyway, goes without saying, this truck is so unbelievably sick, and it's even cooler because there's sentimental value to it, because this truck has run through all the filters of the Lancaster entourage. It all started as this unit right here. So that's the truck that you're now looking at now, just after a lot of work, TLC, and precise craftsmanship to get it to the condition that it's in. Jeff had full intentions of doing a basically frame off restoration on this thing, and he chose none other than the boys at Peach Bottom Auto Body. Now, this thing had been in the back of some of my previous videos as I was down there showcasing some of my other projects at the time. Finally, I saw the truck for the first time done the Atlantic City Expressway for the AC truck meet, and it happened to actually be towing a gooseneck at the time. Yes, it has a B&W hitch in it, and Jeff uses this truck as its intended purpose is, not only just having fun, but also working. So Sean and the boys at Peach Bottom did a full frame off restoration on this truck, and it was in the shop for at least a year minimum. It might have been a little bit more than that, but Jeff wasn't really in a rush to get it done. He just wanted it done very, very well. This thing is just too sick. Like, total time capsule of perfection and almost a retro mod in so many different capacities. So he did a full color change on this truck, like every single door jamb, every single seam, every single panel, every body line, even up in the engine bay has been repainted. This is a Fiat Chrysler Ram color, Stingray or Destroyer gray. It comes on the Jeeps, it comes on the Demons, the Hellcats, and some other vehicles. So it is that true tonal paint to match, which is pretty cool that he wanted to play into that kind of OEM styling like I have harped on for years and years and years. From the front, this thing looks so sick and just so well done. Like the paint, Sean, you guys did an incredible job on this thing. Obviously very simple, like no crazy aftermarket grills, still honeycomb style mesh behind the 4-opening grill, very simple, no fog lights. Then obviously looking at it from the side, this thing's rolling around on a very conservative, basically leveling setup. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's basically the equivalent of a leveling setup. Suspension wise, nothing too crazy, pretty much factory dually underneath. There are some nice things that you guys saw earlier, like Mag High-Techs as complement, but basically a fully blacked out chassis. So as the truck was completely apart, bed was off, cab was off, flares were off, everything was removed. Sean and the boys actually went over the entire chassis to make this thing as conditioned as possible. Now, you guys know I'm a sucker for super singles, so Jeff actually just recently updated the wheels on this thing. It's now on a set of 22 JTX dually wheels with super singles up front. I believe those are a 22x12 equivalent, and it looks sick. And then, of course, being that it's not lifted to the sky, it's rolling around on a 33, which is clearly a very solid setup. It's aggressive looking, but it's not over the top, which gives it a very well-rounded purpose and looks incredible. Arguably one of the best angles of a dually is from the rear, and this thing just looks so clean. It's so pristine. It's less is more. It's black and gray. it really is winning me over pretty substantially, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm all about exhaust tips, but I hate those really big ones. The MBRP tips always looked fantastic. This is the shorty style that goes from 5 to 6 inch, so it's not hatefully large, and it's got that nice chisel tip on it, which really looks perfectly clean, and the position of it is perfect. Check out them meats. Then of course the boys at Accelerate Auto did a really nice spray and bed liner on the back of this thing. Look at how pristine it is. Something that you have to appreciate, being that this truck is nearly 30 years old. All right, so that was a quick run over of the exterior. I'm sure you guys are dying to see what it looks like up under the hood. And boy, should I say, does it look good. All right, popping up the hood of the 12 valve. Now, I'm a little out of my realm of expertise, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like I know everything, but basically, Jeff was explaining to me that this truck got everything done that a 12 valve typically needs. Look at how nice the decal is. Sean even went and sourced that right there, 12 valve to electric. And I can't help but notice one thing before I get into that, like all the decals that Sean meticulously sourced to put back on to create that from factory feeling. It's amazing. So internal wise, basically the truck's been studded. It has upgraded injectors and it is a P pump. So this thing probably is a ton of fun to drive, and I cannot wait because manual Cummins are just the absolute most enjoyable diesel driving experience to ever exist. It's got a fleece upgraded turbo, S&B air intake, and then obviously some of the parameters have been changed a little bit to tune this thing up, make it more fun, and do what it does best. It all just feels so tight. It's so right. One other minor cosmetic, but I can't forget about it, is the Boost Auto Parts 4th gen mirrors. Do you guys like the 4th gen mirrors on the 2nd gen? I personally am a big fan. Do you like the 3rd gen style mirrors on a 2nd gen, or should I say the original style toe mirrors? You gotta drop some comments below and let me know. Personally, the 4th gen ones are really slick. I enjoy them. And then the other mod that I cannot forget to mention is the Enthusiast Bullet Antenna. Now, less is more, ladies and gentlemen. The interior on this thing is freaking flawless, to say the least. Steering wheel, cruise control buttons, all intact. I mean, the horn buttons, it looks incredible. Dashboard, I had to mention the dashboard for the 2nd gen guys. Jeff is an avid 2nd gen enthusiast, so he knows that protection matters. Obviously, 3 pedals down in the footwell. Can't wait to drive this truck. I'm gonna shut up shortly, but this thing is all power interior electronics, and of course it's got power mirrors as well. Very cool to see that this is kind of a top trim truck of its time. Bench seat, obviously huge, seating for 3. There's nothing that beats a single cab in my personal opinion. I love obviously all cab configurations, but I'm extra privy to single cabs. It's just kind of a little bit of an addiction problem. I'm gonna admit it though. And then we are granted with obviously a 4-wheel drive gearbox control, original head unit. We've got even cup holders to feet, check it out. And they pull out tightly. Like, this truck is immaculate. And guys, for anybody curious, this is actually a Carhartt dash cover. For anybody that's curious that might have a 2nd gen watching this video, you can check them out. They're probably on Amazon. I have absolutely no idea. And this thing literally only has 60,000 miles on it. A true gem, to say the least. The old Dodge keys, you can't beat them. Everything is just so Chrysler feeling. Get her in neutral. So, are you guys ready to take this thing out for a test drive yet? Because I know you really wanted to see all about the truck, learn the story, learn the heritage, learn the backdrop, but I kind of want to go drive it because it has been a minute since I've been able to drive a manual Dodge, and especially that of a 12 valve. I am so excited about this right now. If you guys like this video thus far, if you like the truck and you think it deserves some credit, drop this video a big old thumbs up. All right, boys and girls, y'all are mounted up on the windshield. That's been a recent place where y'all get to hang out. It's probably one of the best views of in-cab experience. We are hitting up the GoPro as per usual to give you guys a little bit of a different perspective versus that of my hand. And plus, I need both my hands free in this drive because this one is all hands on. So we're gonna go ahead and put her in low. We're just gonna creep her by. One of the best things about these old Dodges is if you are in low gear and you let the clutch out with no throttle, it just goes. So if you're ever looking to teach somebody how to drive manual, teach them how to drive in an old school Cummins. G56 works perfectly fine too. These things are the absolute best. I just showed everybody how you don't even have to give it throttle to just let it drive.
First gear.
You put it in first gear and it just cruises.
And this is only on, if you want to pull it off, you can. It protecting the original dash.
I actually told everybody about the Carhartt cover because I'm sure a lot of second-gen owners probably going to want to grab one of those.
Well, yeah, because I mean it's perfect. You know, the dash is perfect.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's gonna say, "Oh, it's a dash. Can you beat on it?" Don't. But
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, no, that dash is like.
Listen, man. Listen. With second-gen ownership comes great dash care.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So which way should I go? Should I go that way, this way, that way?
Cool, man.
All right, buddy. Power window up, guys. I had alluded in one of my previous videos, you know, I'm just ready to, you know, have some fun with some old trucks, and we're doing it right now, and I'm freaking pumped. All right, here we go. I had to feel it out. I had to finesse it a little bit. I'm gonna show my odds and ends. You know, you kind of need to feel these things out a little bit. And we are cruising, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's crazy to jump from like modern manuals because they're all, you know, drive-by-wire anymore, right? So the accelerator connects to a little wire that then goes to an electronic throttle body, and that's how you get going. But these old trucks are very much the opposite, and it creates such an awesome, engaging driver experience because the throttle is quite literally connected to a cable that quite literally has a spring in the throttle body. And that's how it all works. So you feel very mechanical, very connected, and it feels way more in control, honestly. Yes, dude. Oh man, wow. This truck doesn't make crazy power by any means, and that's not the objective, because when you start to make way too much power, you kind of lose like the functionality of actually being able to tow efficiently and everything like that. Jeff has this set up so he can actually hook his gooseneck up to it and use it to tow some of his other second gens around and some of the other trucks that he's got as well. But the sounds that it makes are awesome. Ourselves a big puddle here. We're going around it. Yeah, buddy. Oh, we had another fellow second gen owner. How we doing, brother? Jeff, you did a damn good job on this thing, and obviously Sean, you too, man. Freaking thing looks insane. Now, I believe it has 410s in the rear, so the gears are pretty tall. That's actually how 8-Ball was too, which made it an absolute burnout monster. When you're driving these trucks, you really only have like 4 gears. It's first, second, up, third, so although they call it a 5-speed, it's pretty much a 4-speed because you have a low gear, which is your ultimate torque gear, but you really hardly ever use it unless you're towing something super heavy. What do you guys think of Jeff's second gen. This thing is so sick in so many different ways. Is it the appropriate introduction to second gens on my YouTube channel? I would say so. I may or may not have some other things up my sleeve that you guys are not gonna wanna miss here up and coming over the next few months. But in the meantime, grab your entries for the oh so holy grail OBZ Duramax F350 and $20,000 cash by clicking that link below. Tap that thumbs up button if you totally agree with everything that this video was. Have a great holiday, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next upload.